In this video, we're going to show you the fastest way to beat Blastoise by using Gallade, our boy Gallade over here, who is going to destroy that turtle. So you're going to need a level 100 Gallade with the fighting Tera type. The held item is going to be the Shell Bell so that it heals every time it inflicts damage. We have to have its Sharpness ability, which powers up its slicing moves, which is the attack of choice that we're going to use. It's not its hidden ability, so if you need to change it, all you got to do is use an ability capsule to swap between the abilities if it's not the Sharpness one. You're going to want best IVs in all slots, and you're going to go for the Adamant Nature, which gives us a 10% increase to attack and a 10% decrease to special attack. For the EVs, you're going to want 252 EVs into attack. You're going to want 192 EVs into special defense and 64 EVs into speed. I'm going to show you how to easily do this so that doesn't take too much time. So from the greater crater of Paldea, if we go north and we travel to the snow mountain at Monotenevra at this location right here, you'll see here from the Poke Center, if we just turn around and we rotate, we can actually go around to the store. That is the first one beyond the snow thing. This store over here, it's a Chansey supply store. You can track it on your map. If you go inside the store, you'll see you'll be able to buy the proteins, HP up, protein, iron, calcium, zinc, all of these, and the carbos. Now each one of these raises your EVs by 10 points for the stat that it talks about. So if we go into our bags, into our rare candy slot, you can see here we can find the protein one, right? We're going to go ahead and we're going to use 26 of these on our Gallade. This is going to give us that 252 EVs. Now for speed, you're going to be using carbos, but remember, we want 64 EVs. So what we're going to do here is only use 6 of these, which gives us 60. And for the final 4, we're actually going to use feathers, right? So you should find Swift Feathers. These each give you 1 EV for each feather. So we're going to use 4 feathers to just raise it to 64. There we go. Now for special defense, it's going to be super easy because if you did speed first, you can go ahead and apply the rest of the EVs into special defense, which is going to take 20 bottles, but we only have 192 EV space left. So 20 is going to give us 200, but we're only going to get 192 out of that. So we're going to use that just like that. So that's the order you're going to train the EVs in to get the right EV spread, which is going to look like this on your EV spread, just like that. For our moves of choice, we have Sacred Sword, which you learn by default. It is a move that lets you attack the target and ignore any defense buffs that they have. So if they raise their defense, we can hit through that as if they never had that. And then we have Sword Stance, which is going to sharply raise our attack stat by 2 stages every time we use this. Our third move is going to be called Mystical Fire, and you can only learn this as an egg move. So it's a little bit tedious, but I'm going to quickly show you how you can get it. So right now you can see on screen all the Pokemon that can learn this move by their normal self, like God of War, Armarouge, Fluttermane, Delphox. Those are some easy ones to get. Miss Miagas as well. If you have any of those Pokemon, they can learn Mystical Fire. So in our case, we're going to use Armarouge, and all you got to do is check the summary of the Pokemon. If you go to its move screen, you can go ahead and change moves, remember moves, and look for Mystical Fire, and you're just going to place this in its moves of choice. So it just has to be here as one of its moves. So now that Armarouge has Mystical Fire, you're going to make sure Gallade has an empty slot available for the moves, so it should only have a maximum of 3 moves in its current pool. And then we're going to change the held item for Gallade, so change held item. We're going to go to the rare candy section, and you're going to make it hold the Mirror Herb item, just like this. So it must be holding this item. Now to buy a Mirror Herb item, you're going to go to the left of the Great Crater of Paldea, you're going to go to Cascarafa, and you're going to go to the North Poke Center from this location here. If I zoom in closer to the map, the store we're going to is actually over here, the Delibird Present Store. That's the location we're going to. You'll see it's just beyond this bridge after the Poke Center. You can see it's outlined in the red. This is the store we're going to, and let's go inside. If you go ahead and select Battle Items, you'll see here if you scroll down, you'll be able to find the Mirror Herb item for sale for 30,000 Poké Dollars right there, and that's how you get the item if you need it. Now with Armarouge with Mystical Fire in your party and your Gallade in your party with an open move slot, all you gotta do is start a picnic, just like this. As soon as your Pokemon hit the ground, you can pack up and go, you're done. Now when you open up the settings and we go to Gallade and we check the summary, you will see Mystical Fire will be one of the moves that it can now use. And that is our third and final move we're going to use, which is a move that not only deals damage, but also lowers the target's special attack, which is going to weaken Blastoise's attacks against us. Now if you want to get double the rewards for this raid, you can actually make a special sandwich. So open up your picnic table, interact with the table, go ahead and make a sandwich. And if you use the creative mode by pressing X, We're then going to add 5 potato salads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 apple, 1 cream cheese, 2 curry powders, and 1 peanut butter. And then it doesn't matter what pick you use. Then just go ahead and build the sandwich without placing the bread on top of it. And this sandwich will give you raid power steel level 2 to give you extra rewards for when you beat steel type Tera raids, which is exactly what this raid is. If you don't know where those ingredients are, you'll be able to buy all of them if you go to the right of the Great Crater of Paldea and you go to Levincia where the electric gem was. And if I go ahead and I zoom in, you'll see there is a store over here called Shurikans where you can get some of the ingredients. Equestria Supermarket has some more of the ingredients. And further to the south, you'll see there's 2 of them next to each other, Artisan Bakery and the Delicioso, which you can also get some of these ingredients from. So check all 4 of those stores. Some of them will have all like 1 or 2 of the ingredients. Before we start the raid, remember to re-equip your Shell Bell instead of the Mirror Herb onto your Gallade so that it's actually getting the benefit of the Shell Bell for the raid. So now we're ready to show you how to beat this raid. We're going to go ahead and challenge this one alone. At the beginning of the raid, Blastoise will use Withdraw, which is going to raise its defense. It's also going to raise the shield up immediately. For our first move, we're going to use Mystical Fire 3 times. So the first one, right off the bat, this is to lower its special attack and count as a move to build up our Tera charge so that we can Terastallize. Then we're going to use a second Mystical Fire, just like this. When it does hit you, it's not going to do a ton of damage, as you can see with your health bar. And then we're going to use our third Mystical Fire, which is going to lower its special attack even more, so its attacks are going to be very weak against us. Now we're going to go ahead and use Sword Stance. Don't Terastallize, just use Sword Stance, and we're going to use it 3 times. So that's 1. Then a second time, second Sword Stance. We're going to max out our attack all the way to the top. And then our third Sword Stance goes out, and this will max us with our maximum attack so that we can deal as most damage as we can dish out. You'll see here this will start to get you just below half HP, but now's a good time to Terastallize, and now we're going to use Sacred Sword until you win. This is quite simple. So here's the first attack that's going to go out. It's going to whack it nice, delete its shield in 1 move. Fantastic. We're going to heal because of the Shell Bell item. It's going to heal us to max, which is great. Right after the shield breaks, it's going to use Shell Smash. Its attack rose sharply, and its special attack rose sharply, and its speed rose sharply. It's going to remove negative effects from itself, which is okay. We're going to go ahead and we're going to stick with Sacred Sword, and we're going to just destroy him because Sacred Sword ignores any defenses that he may have. So there we go, deals a nice chunk of damage. We're going to heal ourselves. He's going to remove negative effects from himself again. I don't know why. Now he's going to use Rain Dance. We're going to go ahead and use Sacred Sword again. We're going to avoid the attack because of the low accuracy. Our Sacred Sword is going to go out here. It's going to deal a ton of damage again. As you can see, he's getting really low. And then we're going to finish him off with the next Sacred Sword. And here we go, we deleted him and his HP is complete, and that's how you can beat the Blastoise raid quite simply, quite fast, using Gallade. And that's how you can easily beat Blastoise, well, the fastest way to beat him using Gallade. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.